Hello, Chelsea fans. Welcome back to the Blues Report, and remember to subscribe, then enjoy your news. Let's dive in. Chelsea training ahead of Fulham, August 30th, 2025. The final days of August carried with them an air of anticipation in West London. The season was still young, yet the rhythms of competition had already taken root. Chelsea, under the watchful eyes of their coaching staff, were preparing for one of those fixtures that, while perhaps not a title decider, carried meaning far beyond 3 points. Fulham were coming to Stamford Bridge on the 30th of August 2025, and in the world of football, a West London derby always mattered. At Cobham Training Centre, the preparations were meticulous. The 2025-26 Chelsea squad had been moulded into a blend of young promise and established ability, each player carrying the responsibility of lifting the club back toward its former heights. With new arrivals such as Estevam, Liam Delap, and Joao Pedro now integrated into the group. Alongside the creative brilliance of Cole Palmer, Chelsea's training ground was alive with competition, energy, and belief. Arrival and atmosphere. The players began filtering into Cobham early in the morning. Some came quietly, focused on their routines, while others arrived laughing and chatting, eager to ease the tension of Derby week. Robert Sanchez, the experienced goalkeeper, was among the first to enter the training complex, exchanging words with Philip Jurgensen, the younger goalkeeper signed to provide both depth and competition. Goalkeeping coach Hilario greeted them warmly, already setting up drills for later. The defenders arrived in small groups, Levi Colwill alongside Tosin Adarabioyo, and just behind them, Benoit Badiashile and Marc Cucurella. There was a calm but confident mood among them. They knew Fulham would test Chelsea with set pieces and aerial duels, but the sense of preparation was strong. Reece James, the captain, walked in with a determined stride. After seasons disrupted by injury, James now embodied leadership both on and off the pitch. He was soon joined by Malo Gusto and Wesley Fofana, two players who offered both energy and competition in defensive positions. Midfielders Moises Caicedo, Andre Santos, Wesley Fofana, and new arrival Dario Esugo followed soon after, each player bringing a unique dimension to the squad. But the biggest buzz around Cobham surrounded the attacking group. Estevam Willian, Chelsea's teenage sensation from Brazil, had captivated supporters already with his dazzling skills in pre-season. Liam Delap, newly arrived to lead the line, represented physicality and hunger. Joao Pedro, versatile and technical, added flair and depth. And then there was Cole Palmer, the creative heartbeat of the team, whose maturity and brilliance had already elevated him to one of the Premier League's most influential young stars. As the squad gathered in the dressing room, the chatter faded into focus. This was not just any game. This was Fulham, a neighbour, a rival, and a test of Chelsea's ability to dominate. Warm-up and fitness drills. On the pristine training pitches, the session began with stretching and dynamic warm-ups. Fitness coach Benoit Delaval led the group through a series of movement exercises designed to activate muscles and sharpen reflexes. Players jogged in groups, weaving around cones, passing medicine balls, and working on coordination drills. Tariq George, the academy forward now training with the senior team, sprinted alongside Josh Acheampong, another young prospect, their enthusiasm drawing smiles from the senior players. As rondo circles formed, laughter broke out. Estevam darted around mischievously, applying relentless pressure in the middle as Palmer, Joao Pedro, and Nkunku popped the ball around him with slick one-touch passes. Despite his youth, Estevam showed no intimidation, throwing himself into challenges and teasing his teammates when he managed to steal. In another rondo, Caicedo and Fofana set the tempo, pressing with intensity and urging others to match their energy. These drills were not just about touches. They were about rhythm, reaction, and mentality. Defensive structure. Next, the group moved into tactical shape work. Against Fulham, Chelsea expected periods of physical battle, especially from set pieces and long deliveries. The defensive line, Colwill, Badiashile, Tosin, Hato, Cucurella, Fofana, and Gusto, rotated through scenarios of defending under pressure. Long balls were launched toward the box, with Sanchez and Jurgensen commanding their areas vocally. Colwill, calm and precise, organized the line. Badiashile's aerial dominance was on display as he leapt to clear cross after cross. Cucurella's tenacity and Gusto's pace provided reassurance on the flanks, while Fofana showed flashes of the aggressive front foot defending that once made him one of Europe's most coveted young defenders. Each clearance, each block, was followed by immediate transitions into build-up play. The coaching staff demanded not only resilience, but also composure to turn defense into attack swiftly. Midfield battle. Chelsea's midfield, a key strength, worked through patterns designed to break compact defenses. Caicedo anchored the drills, recovering balls and recycling possession. His ability to anticipate danger freed Enzo Fernandez, though recovering from fitness management, he joined in tactical portions to dictate the tempo. Andre Santos, eager to establish himself fully in the first team, impressed with driving runs from midfield, linking neatly with Joao Pedro. Meanwhile, Dario Isugo, still only 20, showed discipline in shielding the defense, his positioning already mature beyond his years. The midfield trio rehearsed switches of play, breaking imaginary Fulham lines with diagonal passes. Gallagher pressed high in simulated drills, chasing every ball with his trademark relentlessness. The group's balance was evident. Energy, vision, and tactical awareness blended seamlessly. Attacking sharpness. Attention then turned to Chelsea's attacking shape. Liam Delap led the line, his frame and power a constant outlet. Coaches instructed full-backs and midfielders to whip crosses into the box, testing Delap against defenders. His heading power was relentless, forcing the goalkeepers into sharp saves. Estevam, floating wide right, dazzled with quick stepovers and sudden accelerations. He cut inside to unleash shots at goal, each strike greeted with applause from teammates. The Brazilian teenager had the swagger of a player destined for stardom, yet carried himself with humility. On the opposite wing, Pedro Neto offered width, direct running, and dangerous deliveries. His understanding with Cucurella was improving, with overlaps and underlaps drilled repeatedly. Cole Palmer was the glue. Dropping into pockets between midfield and attack, he threaded passes through the smallest gaps, combining especially well with Nkunku, who provided movement and creativity just off the striker. Together, they looked capable of unlocking even the tightest defenses. Joao Pedro floated between roles, sometimes as a false nine, other times in midfield support. His adaptability provided coaches with tactical options, a wild card Fulham would have difficulty predicting. Finishing and set pieces. The intensity peaked during finishing drills. Stations were set up around the box, volleys from the edge, one-on-ones against goalkeepers, and quick combinations ending in first-time shots. Delap thundered a shot into the roof of the net, roaring with delight. Estevam curled an effort into the far corner, his celebration light-hearted but his execution clinical. Palmer, with ice-cool composure, picked his spots with casual brilliance. Nkunku added flair, attempting chips and acrobatic finishes. Set-piece routines followed. James delivered corners with venom, testing the defenders. Badiashile and Colwill rose highest, while Caicedo blocked runners. Free-kick practice saw Palmer, Estevam, and Nkunku take turns. Palmer curled one beyond Sanchez, drawing cheers from the entire squad. Small-sided game. The session culminated in a competitive, small-sided match. Two teams, bibs versus training kits, clashed in a high-tempo contest. Every tackle drew shouts, every goal wild celebrations. Cucurella embodied intensity, pressing every touch. Estevam dribbled past two defenders to set up Joao Pedro, whose clever finish earned applause. On the other side, Palmer and Nkunku combined for a slick move, ending with Delap smashing in from close range. The mini-match ended 3-2, but the real victory was the rhythm, sharpness, and unity it fostered. Recovery and words of unity training wound down with recovery jogs, stretching, and hydration. Some players, Delap practicing headers, Palmer rehearsing penalties, Estevam perfecting free kicks, remained behind for extra work. At the center circle, the squad gathered one final time. The coach's message was clear: discipline, composure, intensity. This is a derby, but above all, it is our standard. We play our way. Captain Reece James added his voice. This is Chelsea. We fight for every ball, for every fan, for every moment. We show Fulham who owns West London. The group broke with applause, unity etched into their faces. Looking ahead. As the players left the pitch, Cobham fell quiet once more. The preparation was complete. Chelsea had sharpened their tactics, strengthened their spirit, and reaffirmed their bond as a team. On 30th August 2025, under the lights of Stamford Bridge, Fulham would arrive. For Chelsea, this was more than a derby. It was a test of progress, a showcase of their new generation, and a reminder that the 2025-26 squad, from Estevam to Delap to Palmer and beyond, carried the pride of a club aiming to rise again.